Performance USA, the greatest entertainers in America, as requested by you, the servicemen and women of the United States Armed Forces throughout the world. Command Performance, presented this week and every week till it's over there. Okay there, gang, we're cooking with gas tonight, and another big mob of your favorite stars are hanging around the kitchen, ready to put your international bake in the oven. Or, in legal terminology, you, the party of the first part, get off that dime and listen while we, the party of the second part or something, answer your commands to Command Performance, Armed Forces Radio, Los Angeles, USA. As you all know, everybody who MCs command has to sing. That's orders from the Snafu Department. So, here with our own version of Alexander's Ragtime Band and everybody's version of glamour, charm, polka-tude and stuff, that swell gal just back from China, Burma, India, that CBI full, Paulette Goddard.
Oh, do I have to?
It's Command Performance.
I'll take it again then, Major. Here goes nothing. Come on in here. From your good old friend, Command. So bend an ear. You're going to hear the kind of stuff you all demand. And we want you all to know this is for your APO. Stevie's and Marie's and for every FTO. Oh, cut. I can't take it, can you? Golly, I haven't been over anything so rough since I took a Jeep over the Lido Road. But hi, fellas, this is Paulette Goddard, and many thanks for the bid to be at your big party tonight, Command Performance. I brought my nickel for a few long-distance calls, but on account of old man censor, I've got to lay off the CBI. No names and places, but the faces that I'm carrying around in my heart. Nobody can ever censor my memories of that trip. Well, gang, Anita Ellis is on active duty again tonight, and warbling for the 7 Dream Boys at 254. For the 729 engineers, including Judge Jones, Professor Hirsch, Sweet Boy Nolan, 4-Ton Beavers, Romeo Bones, and Horizontal Shaw. Also, Johnny Fox, APO 6, and the 986 Intellectuals, alias Carbide, Larry, Strawberry, Plowhandle, and Knothead. Boy, what a bodyguard. Fellows, the song is I'll Remember April, and the girl Anita Ellis.
This lovely day will lengthen into evening. We'll say goodbye to all we've ever had. Alone where we have walked together, I'll remember April and be glad. I'll be content you love me once in April. Your lips were warm and love and spring were new. But I'm not afraid of autumn and the sorrow, for I remember April and you. The fire will dwindle into glowing ashes, for flames and love live such a little while. I won't forget, but I won't be lonely. I remember April and I'll smile. I won't forget, but I won't be lonely. I remember April, and I'll smile.
Thank you, Anita Ellis. And now, fellows, for Joe Centra and that reconnaissance troop at APO 45, for Corporal Deering, who so kindly says, command performance is the talk of the entire ETO. Laying it on a little, aren't you, Deering? For those Pacific Marines entitled Doc Megason, No Duty Murchison, Frog Ricketts, and Stoop Stowbow, and the AAA gang at 726 known as Fireball Rodner, Duke Kindle, Stu Staley, Buck Rogers, Scuttlebutt Pop Silva, and Long Drawers Fortner. A little ditty that's as much a part of America as Highway 66, as ham and eggs, as hot dogs and peanuts at Wrigley Field. The tune, Up a Lazy River, and a command performance for our one and only Louis Satchmo Armstrong. Come on, Louis.
And look at that, Macri. Let's get the boys in the groove there. Let's roll, they found. Roll it. Nightly. Take them up that lazy river. That's where I romped many years. That's stop right over. That's the 8-ball introduction. Now we're going to start all over, boys. We're going to talk. Up Lazy River, where the old mill runs. Up the Lazy River, with the new day sun, clinging in the shade of a kind old tree. Throw away your troubles, dream of me, dream of me. Up the Lazy River, where the robin sung, two bright lines that we stole along. Blue skies up above, the one I love, of the lazy river, how happy we will be, Mama. Oh, Papa, Oh, I'm listening to up the lazy river. Oh, you river. You river. Oh, you dark river. Look out, Brother G. Beat it out on that piano now, guys. Good day. river. You river. Boo Baptiste. Oh, Baptiste.
Thank you, Louis Armstrong.
Wait a minute. Hold everything.
What? Why, it's Jimmy Durante. Why, Jimmy, what's the trouble?
Who is this mimic, this impostor?
Why, he's no imposter. This is the great Louis Satchmo Armstrong.
Oh, hello, Satchmo.
I'm delighted to meet you, Mr. Durant. I've been one of your fans for many, many years.
This man speaks with a very low falsetto. Where did you ever get such rough tonsils? Why don't you file them down?
File them down? Why, they're so slow now I can't touch them with a wash rag.
Say, Louis, are you familiar with umbriago?
Would you choke me like that in a moment? Umbriago? Who's he, pal?
He's my new composition, a great new tune.
Yeah? Well, let's come out in the lobby and we'll run it down.
How do you like that? Everybody wants to run down umbriago.
Well, fellows, having read the script, I've got a hunch we'll be hearing more from the great Schnozzola and Umbriago. But for the nonce, Yardbird nonce, no doubt, we fill a command performance order from Ralph Batelli and 3 New York CDs somewhere across the Big West. The Batelli communique says, most people think that a big city doesn't have a voice. But to us, the voice of our town, New York, is Times Square at 10 o'clock in the evening. So can we hear it speak to us, please? Okay, Batelli. Our sound man just flew in on Superman with a soundtrack of Times Square. Listen to it. And Batelli, remember how it sounds in Times Square on New Year's Eve? Leaving New York City, we turn to a songwriter deluxe, Jonathan Q. Mercer, better known as Black Magic Mercer, Blues in the Night Mercer, and Strip Polka Mercer. Johnny's written almost everything except Umbriago. And he's the envy of all who would eat their cake and have it, for this boy not only writes them, he sings them too. Although actually the reason he sings his own tunes is the manpower shortage. You've heard about that, haven't you? But anyway, for the many thousands of you who swoon when Mercer knocks you a tune, here's Johnny singing his hit tune, the G.I. Jive.
This is a G.I. Jive, man alive. It starts with the bugler blowing reveille over your bed when you arrive. Jack, that's the G.I. Jive. Roodle-de-toot, jump in your suit, make a salute. Voot! After you wash and dress, more or less, you go get your breakfast in a beautiful little cafe they call the Mess. Jack, when you convalesce out of your seat into the street, make with the feet. Reach! If you're a PVT, your duty is to salute the L-I-E-U-T. But if you brush the L-I-E-U-T, the M-P makes you KP on the QT. This is the G.I. Jive Man alive. They give you a private tank that features a little device called a fluid drive. Jack after you revive. Chunk all your junk back in the trunk. Fall on your bunk. Crunk. If you're a PVT, your duty is to salute the L-I-E-U-T. But if you brush the L-I-E-U-T, the M-P makes you KP on the QT. This is the G.I. Jive Man alive. They give you a private tank that features a little device called fluid drive. And Jackson, after you revive, you chunk all your junk back in the trunk, fall on your bunk, clunk. You'll be counting sheep, but before you count to 5, you'll be right back digging that G.I.
Solid Johnny, and many thanks, Johnny Mercer. Fellows, another big name in the command performance music department is Georgia Gibbes. Georgia will not sing Umbriago. She's had too many requests for I'll Be Seeing You, and Georgia's warbling it tonight for Andy Hill and the 957 Engineers. Private Ed Leamish at 37 for Motor Torpedo Boat Squadron 26, Private Billy Westmoreland 997, the Flash Dodgers at 650, the Test Tube Commandos at 926, the nurses in Barracks 1 at 923, the staff of the Cannoneer Dive at 958, our merchant marine everywhere, and for Boogie, Snuffy, and Pretty Boy at 980. Fellows, another command performance for Georgia Gibbes.
In all the old familiar places that this heart of mine embraces all day through. That small cafe, the park across the way, the children's carousel, the chestnut tree, the wishing well, for eyes to see in every lovely summer's day, in everything that's light and gay. I'll always think of you that way. I'll find you in the morning sun, and when the night is new, light and gay. I'll always think of you that way. I'll find you in the morning sun, and when the night is blue, I'll be looking at the moon, but I'll be seeing you.
Lovely, Georgia Gibbes, and many thanks.
I can't understand it. I can't understand it.
Understand what, James?
The songs they're getting away with these days. Get a load of the titles. Mazzy Dote, Poinciana, Besamo, Mucho. They even gave up English.
Well, what about you? You gave up English, too.
No, I didn't, but I'll admit I'm fighting a losing battle. But let's get back to Umbriago. What a tune. What a melody.
Tell me, Jimmy, does it move you deeply? Does it stir your soul? Does it mix your emotions?
What does this dame want, a song or a neck beater?
I'll tell you what, Jimmy, I'll introduce you to that fine songwriter, Johnny Mercer. Maybe he can give you some help. Johnny!
Yes, Paulette.
Nobody ever says no to Goddard. Everybody wants to get into the act.
Johnny, this is Jimmy Durante. He has a song.
Well, naturally, who hasn't?
And just who are you to criticize? What did you ever write? Old Black Magic, Tangerine, Blues in the Night, Lazy Bones, or Rank Professional? My song is a masterpiece. It's not just another tune. It's,
Sonata?
Don't be silly. Sonata's too skinny to sing that kind of a tune.
Wait a minute, Jimmy. I think it'd be a wonderful plug for Umbriago if you could get Sinatra to sing it.
Johnny's absolutely right. Jimmy, what a moment it would be. Just imagine the voice singing a song by the nose.
Getting back to Umbriago, James, I suppose you dash your
Just a
song...
minute. My next line will be no good. Go back.
Getting back to Umbriago, James, I suppose you dashed your song off in a fortnight?
No, I live in a regular apartment. Parlor, bedroom, and follow the arrow. And you know, Mercer, what trials and tribulations I had. I busted 10 pianos and I wore out a case of rubber gloves before I was done.
Rubber gloves? Why do you wear rubber gloves when you compose?
That's so I can write and erase at the same time. That's the condition that prevails.
Come on, tell Johnny something about your background, Jimmy.
Me what? Can you do that on the air?
I mean your musical background.
Oh, that's different. Please be more prolific in the future.
No, you don't mean prolific, you mean specific.
Please, you run your own life and let me wreck mine. Now, where was I?
You were discussing your background.
How true. My first attempt was a little thing called Concerto in Blue. Then I took a crack at Rhapsody in Red.
What happened to them?
Paul Whiteman comes along, puts them together, and out comes Deep Purple.
I don't know how you feel, Johnny, but I think he'd be a welcome addition to Tin Pan Alley.
Well, maybe you're right. I think his pan would go well in an alley.
People are always insulting me. But that will be in the hands of my lawyer in the morning. For instance, on Halloween, I'm going to a party. I walks into a store and I says, give me a mask. And the guy says, you'll never top the one you got on. How mortifying.
Well, let's get back to this song of yours. What's the name of it?
Umbriago.
Umbriago? How do you spell it?
Start out with a capital U, and when you get to Briago, you stop.
Have you talked to any songwriters about it?
I talked to Cole Porter, who happens to be a contemporary of mine.
Cole Porter is a contemporary of yours?
Yes, he holds me in the greatest of contempt.
Well, I guess the only thing to do is hear it once over lightly.
Okay, but first you gotta move them trombones back.
Why?
I works with my hat on, and I don't want no one to blow it off. I know a fellow who will make your life so mellow. There's one like him in every town. He's half a man and half a clown. Umbriaco could be mayor of New York or of Chicago. Umbriaco raises cane from Portland, Maine to Santiago. When you worry, better send for Umbriaco in a hurry. He's got lots of time. That's all he spends his time. He never spends a dime. So when you feel low, better send for my friend Umbriaco. Umbriaco. Anytime you try to find him, he is Umbriaco. Now Umbriaco, what put starts in all their marching? Umbriaco. Umbriaco, when they're whirling over Berlin with their cargo. Through the darkest night, it helps them see the light. It tells them they're all right. Through the hail and snow, when in doubt, hear them shout, Umbriaco.
Jimmy Durante. And now, gentlemen of the AEF, I will give you the closing commercial. Umbriaco, you're so loud tonight. Remember, it's important to keep fresh and dainty. Be desirable. Use K-Ration, sensation of a nation. Get it today. And seriously, fellows, this is Paulette Goddard sending love and kisses to the CBI and to all of you, saying that each week and every week you'll get old command performance till it's over there.
This is the Armed Forces Radio Service.